I have a new liker that's following me on Facebook. You haven't seen that yet, have you?
You got a new liker, have you?
I have a new liker.
Let me go and check if we're back on again, and because that's really weird. And have a look. I think we're back, Rob. But do you want to carry on talking about backing up and stuff, mate?
Well, the importance of it to me is for everybody that they keep up with the backups. And again,
yeah,
take it to whatever level you want. But when you have a site that you've spent hours and hours building and getting it going, or let's say it's a client site that you rented, even more important. If that site goes down and you don't have a backup to put back up, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You're going to start losing money for your business. So the importance of that. And I'm going to come back around to the other thing that is not mentioned enough, but we have to keep up with the builds and also keep up making sure that you do the legal pages.
Yeah.
Because if you guys aren't protecting your sites or the sites that you are renting out to people with legality stuff, you're making mistakes there. Now, we said it from the beginning, we can't really advise you on legal pages and what to do and what not to do. We're not attorneys. Stephen used to play one on TV, but he doesn't anymore. But that's a legal thing for your business. There's plugins. We've offered plugins in the Inner Circle mentoring that you guys can go get them and at least put something up. But even an improperly worded page is better than no page at all. But always keep up with what you're doing, especially if you're selling anything. If you're telling somebody you're going to make money online and you're going to do this and you're going to do that, you better have an FTC disclaimer if it has anything to do with mentioning money. And for us, because we are not constantly telling you guys are going to be millionaires next week. And every time we say something like that, I will come out and say on the same video that due to FTC purposes, I'm going to tell you right now that nobody has ever made money online, including Mike Martin, including all the big names. What's his name? Frank Kern. They've never made money online because that's what the FTC needs to hear. You will make money appropriate to the efforts that you put into anything that you do in life. If it's online marketing and you stay focused and you offer the right item, the right service to the right person that needs it, you'll do well.
Yeah.
And if you're offering, for example, baby clothes on your website, but you're marketing to senior citizens, maybe that's wrong. Maybe that is a good market because they might buy them from their grandchildren. But if you're not marketing the right product to the right audience, it's a tough sell.
Yes, absolutely. Should we get on with other subjects? Just to mention on backing up, if you ever see a product on JV or Warrior Plus or one of those offering you a lifetime deal on a backup software or backup site, don't buy it, because there have recently been some products released over the last year that go, we guarantee unlimited storage, 6 months on, they're all gone. And what they're doing is they are using other services to where they may get like a lifetime deal themselves and they rebrand it. So when the main company goes down the pan or the main company changes their terms and conditions on storage, right? The company that sold you this product for X amount of money, they're gone. And other news on with storage, and this is just a warning really, and I'm happy to share this in all the groups tonight, is watch your back with Google Drive. Google have been shutting down people's drives lately. especially lifetime drives that they've got from somewhere. So make sure you keep a full copy of anything on your Google Drive. Copy it to, if you're an Amazon storage or another provider. My best advice with online storage, if I'm really honest, is find a service you can pay monthly on rather than a one-time fee. If you can't afford that, go and buy a hard drive, plug it into your computer and download everything to your hard drive and store your hard drive at a friend's house, if it's that important. And that includes your sites. When you use WP Vivid, for an example, when you use that to do a backup, download a copy, save it on a hard drive. Right? If a little tip with WP Vivid as well, sometimes sites can get too large and WP Vivid will not back them up. So instead, get all-in-one migration. Now, the only thing to know, if your site is 1.5 gigs, it will download it for free. You can store it. If you ever need to restore that file, you need the Pro version. All right. Other news on WordPress. I had one of my customers contact me in a panic that their site had gone down. All right. Now, I built the site, set it up, and it was all theirs then. I went to have a look at their site. They had an SEO plugin, SEO Press on it. SEO Press, the version he had, was from one of these dodgy sites that says, join us, we'll give you all the plugins for free if you pay us yearly. So because it was a knockoff copy of the original plugin, when they did their updates themselves on the standard plugin, it crashed the site. So the moral to the story is, if you're going to use plugins and you want to try it, all right, test a dodgy version maybe on a spare WordPress site. If you like it, then go and buy it. If you don't want to risk a dodgy version, because they do have viruses in them or problems on the site, reach out to the vendor of the product and say, can I have a 7-day trial, 14-day trial? I'm sure they will be glad to give you a free trial just to test it out. So that's really good. We haven't got a lot of training time because it's Easter weekend, and I know, guys, we're not going to be on as long tonight because we know, everyone's got families, want to spend time with them. But I wanted to share a future product that's coming up. Now, I'm not going to do a demo yet. I just want to dangle the carrot a bit. But tell me, right, if you could go and buy a domain name, an expired domain name, right, and set it up on your hosting, and let's just say you go to Article Forge or AppSumo that did niches, and you could go and get a ton of rich content, right? Just text content. Let's say it was in the plumbing niche, and you just paste it straight onto that page, right? I'm sure you'd all agree with me that content would look rubbish on a single page, nothing graphical. You just pasted it straight on, right? What if there was a product that could then, right, leave that rich content on there for Google to see? But not only that, you could point that page to another site that you've already got set up. So let's say you set one of our plumbing sites up, right? But the URL, if your URL was abc.com, right, and your good-looking site was 123.com, when people go to abc.com, they see the amazing site and then click on any of the links, and it's always abc.com at the top. But the rich content that you paste onto that page ends up helping you rank that site. Do you think that would be a good product?
I think you need to dazzle that just a little bit more.
Yeah.
By saying almost, what if you could basically take all the data that Google wants to see on a particular topic or niche, but really all the data that Google really wants, and all the other stuff that is strictly for appearance and show, and like the diamonds on the page is what will stay there as the content, and all the other fluff is cut out. So Google will love that page. However, the user experience would be different because it's only the stuff that Google wants to see and not what the end user wants to come and use the site to see and look at it. It's like coming to a photo gallery and having all the information written down about what the photos are, but you don't show the pictures.
Yeah.
What if there was a way to do this in such a way that you could give Google what they want, but by the time the searcher comes to that page, because now it's a ranking page, and it ends up going to all the pictures without having to read all the text. That's what I think you're trying to say, Stephen.
Yeah, and another thing as well, imagine you could rank a domain name with rich content in a location, right? And then this is the bit I've been shown and I love the most, right? You rank your own domain name. Let's just say it was plumbers in London, for an example, okay? And you put all the rich content on, and that helps push you up the SERPs. Google loves all the content, all the keyword times location stuff and all that, but the site doesn't look great, right? But you route the site to be pointed at someone else's site. So Mr. Plumber, who's already got a site, you point it to it. So your domain name's ranking number 1 at the top, right? You are abc.com plumbers, and it's on the first page of Google, right? John's Plumbing, he owns his own website. That's on page 4, 5, or 6. Okay. And the idea with this would be that you could put John's Plumbing on your site, but when they're viewing it, really is John's Plumbing, but it's got your domain name at the top. Okay. So that means then you can outrank if you keyword stuff and you put lots of plain text content on that page. Google's going to love that. That's going to go to the top, right? And boom, away you go. And this other idea I had today, and I haven't really talked to Robert, was the fact that you could build one site in your local area, right? It's not hijacking someone else's site, by the way, because the idea is you would go to that customer and go, "Hi, my domain name's ranking already, and I've got your site on there. Would you like to rent this domain?" And if they go no, you go, "Okay, I'll offer it to your competition." You switch, you change the URL to the next person, offer it to them. New one. That's right. It's sort of a redirect, but the domain name itself doesn't change. It's always your domain name. Your domain name's on the page. So when you click on that URL, it doesn't change to John's Plumbing's URL. It's your URL still. All right. So that's the clever bit with it. But my other idea was, imagine that you could build one DFY.
let me hold on one second. Now imagine this, Don. I'm calling you up, right? You're the business owner. You're John's Plumbing, and I'm calling you up, and I say, I have a ranking site for plumbing. Would you like to see it? Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing it. Would you like the traffic from it? Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Yeah, okay. Okay, go here. And they go to the URL. It's not John's Plumbing. It's robsplumbing.com. And it comes up John's Plumbing. You'd be like, what the are they doing? That's my site. And you're thinking, okay, if they can do that, they can do that to other people. These guys are pretty crafty as far as what they're doing. But at the end of the day, it's almost like magic tricks, because you're on what you thought was your own site's URL, but in reality, it's somebody else's URL. And it's all being done ethically. It's not, I won't say the word keyword stuffing, but I would say it's data
smoke
stuffing.
and mirrors, Don. Yeah.
It's data stuffing with all of the really good information, and not just from John's Plumbing. It's from multiple sites that are ranking in that niche keyword.
And do you know what we're going to do, Robert?
We're not going to tell them.
I've got another thing I want to share, but Inner Circle members only and the Inner Circle group. I'm going to say goodnight to all the free groups. If you want to come and find out what we're going to talk about next, and this is a real mega golden nugget, you got to go to dfymagicfiends.com/live number 4U and sign up to be on the Inner Circle. But otherwise, night free group. See you next week. I'm so mean. I'm just going to turn it all off and wait for them to be gone. And I just got to get a little bit longer because you never know, I might give something away. And I know we had viewers on some of the free groups tonight. So so I've
I
said good night
forget
to
that
them.
you do that so often. I just get into what we're talking about and
Yeah. So anyway, this golden nugget is the idea I come up with, Robert, when this product's released, hopefully in the next few weeks. You build one DFY site, right? And you set up whatever niche that may be. And let's just say, because I know the UK, I'm going to pick Bristol as my main site, right? But I'm going to put a national phone number on it, like an 03, an 08, whatever it may be, right? But I then want websites across the UK. But I don't want to be cloning. I don't want to be setting things up. I'm lazy. So I buy a domain name, London's Plumbing, right? I keyword stuff it with stuff from niches or from the AI writer, wherever I may get it from, and it's all plain text on this domain name that I've just bought and set up. I then use this redirect software that keeps my URL up there to point at my money site in Bristol. And then I buy another domain name for Leeds. Then I buy another domain name for Weymouth, and I buy another domain for Outer Mongolia for all it mattered. I can buy 50 domain names and very quickly put keyword stuffing onto those sites, all point back to one site. And when you click on any of the links, it's always that domain name. So London Plumbing at the top, Bristol Plumbing, Weymouth Plumbing. So now you can hit the whole of an area. So if you're for my case, I'm in Somerset, so I could have all the local towns as domain names and chuck rich text onto those pages, have those pages reroute back over to my money site, and boom, I'm done. And I think that's super powerful, Robert, because that comes into building what I get asked all the time: should I build a national site or a local site? Well, you build a national site with a national number, but you have local domains. And this is what super excites me. Now, while we got a small group in here as well, and we're no longer on the other channels, and weirdly enough, my glasses are falling apart, Robert. Look at that. Well, they're cheap. Yeah, I do still see the arm. I have to wear them like this, look. With the two Ronnies in the UK, you have to look them up if you're in America. But the thing is, I think personally, with the next thing we're going to talk about, and I wanted to run things past, and we've got a small group, so I don't mind asking. I don't know how many of you have heard of a guy called Peter Drew. He releases a lot of software, right? He's recently released for $1,000 a ranking piece of software. I don't know if any of you have seen it in your emails. But I know I'm working with an SEO guy, and we know how he does it. Well, I don't yet, but my SEO guy does. And so the idea is to release a new product which will show how to do this exact method to rank any website as quickly as possible. Now, the ballpoint price from talking to my friend is he said about $495 for the course. I'll be recording the training. He'll be doing the know-how and how to do this. And what I'm going to do for anyone who's on the Inner Circle group, I will waive my commission, my half completely. So if he releases it, you'll get it for $249, something like that. It'd be half price. But I wanted to check with you guys. It would have been nice to have been a few more on it. And anyone who's watching the replay, please reach out to me if you're interested in this. Right? Please reach out to me. Okay. So send me a message. I see we got I'm in from Ron, but send me a message on Messenger on Facebook going, yes, please, for the SEO course. All right. And as soon as it's released, I will make sure you guys are notified, all right, straight away, and I'll get you a link. I'll get a link set up, so you'll get it at the price. I can't do it entirely for free because I've got a colleague who's given me the information. he's doing his bit, and I've got to pay him, right? But I'm happy to waive my fees for inner circle members. So that's why,
you know, we're always coming from the point of we want everybody to succeed, and we want to give everybody every advantage they can possibly get. We can't do everything for you. We do our best to give you all the tools that you need. Just looking at what we've achieved and accomplished and seeing people taking action to do what needs to be done and making money and selling websites. And I don't think it's an uncommon for Ed Ryan, but he was late because he got a new website client. Which congratulations, every client is money. So absolutely, you can be late anytime if you're getting a new client. That's a standard rule, right, Stephen?
Yeah. I was reading a message from Steve. No, sorry, I've got it. As a direct message. Let me just read through this a second. Deal. Remember. Absolute. Yeah. I know this is a direct message to me, Lynn. Are you happy for me to share the message? I can't hear you. You're muted, I think.
Why are you going to say something bad?
No. I'm happy to share what you said, if that's all right with you.
Okay.
Right. So Lynn says, Steve, I purchased Mike Martin's lifetime deal for Elite Simplify for 1K today, as I didn't want to pay $670 every year. I purchased 50 lifetime seats in November last year. In that case, do I need the 1K deal, which has 10 seats? If I only kept the original 50 seat and refunded the 1K, would I have to pay $670 a year? Yes, you would, number one. But number two, what you don't realize is your current 50 seats should be added on top of the extra 10. So you should technically have 60 seats in your members area.
Yeah.
Now I'll be 100% transparent with this. I know Mike Martin fairly well, right? Yeah. And the last time he did a lifetime deal on any of his softwares was way back when he released it. I think when he first released MPP. Right, he doesn't do lifetime deals because he doesn't like doing them. He had a lot of people asking for a lifetime deal, right? And a while back, I asked him if he would do a lifetime deal, and he kept saying no. And so this time he decided, it's not in his interest, by the way, to do a lifetime deal. It's in his interest to keep having monthlies to support the software. So anybody who took up that lifetime deal's got a bargain. I'll tell you that now.
Oh, all right then.
Right. So, and it's the same with MPP. The MPP deal he's been running at the moment. I get no commission for this. There's no affiliate. He's not doing affiliate sales with this, so I don't mind sharing this. The lifetime deal on MPP, you get 100 licenses that can be used on 10 different websites. Right. So each one license, it's the agency deal, but lifetime. So you get one license you could sell, and that could be installed on 10 sites in total. All right. And then license number 2 can be put on 10 sites. So remember, that's 100 times 10. Technically, if you're using them yourself. Obviously, if you sell one license to somebody, so let's say you built 10 sites for a customer, and you sold a license to them or charged monthly, whatever you want to do with it, because it's yours as agency, that one license will work with 10 sites. Or you could sell 10 sites, so let's have a look. I pay 245 button. Yeah. So Ed was just saying he paid about 245 for a lifetime deal way back. And Mike Martin very rarely does lifetime deals. So if you can afford to get it. If you can't, then keep paying as you're paying. If there are any questions, by the way, pop your hand up so I can see who it is. I can bring you up. Just wave at me. If you got your camera on, I'll see. Is there any questions for that, Lynn? Have you got a question?
No. I just wanted to know. So, okay, I'll keep it.
Yeah.
cheaper for me.
The lifetime deals on Lead Simplify that Mike's done. An MPP is a bargain, seriously. And I wish I could have been an affiliate of it. To be honest, I would have probably made a killing, but he wouldn't do it. Which I don't mind either way. I'm happy to promote MPP. Yes, hello. Edward, unmute. I think you need to do. Otherwise, subtitles. You've got plenty of time tonight because there's not many on. I think it's because the Easter weekend and we went on a bit late with technicalities. And hello.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How you doing?
It's amazing, isn't it? Good. No, I just wanted to say, yeah, what happened was we're getting ready to downsize our house in a year or two. And because our kids are all in their 30s and the house is too big. And I was doing stuff and I tested, I said, I better test the water for radon because we have a well, and it was high. It was 3 times what it was supposed to be. And I said, oh, it's not good because you breathe it in through the showers and all that. So the guy that I got is in radon mitigation, but an electrician came to wire it for him, the power. And actually I helped him. His son wasn't with him because he was sick. So I helped him do it because I told him I was a builder and stuff. I cut the PVC pipe. And so I worked on it with him all day today. It felt good to get back in the saddle. And so it's been a while. So we were doing that. I helped him put the whole radon mitigation system in. And I started talking to him. I said, how do you get your leads and all this? And, I came upstairs. I made him a tuna sandwich and we ate. And so lo and behold, he's going to have me do that. It's not in the sites we have, but he's going to call the guy, the electrician that came from where I am, but he drove an hour, but the guy works with him. So he drives for him and he's older. He's in his 60s and the guy's still there, but he's got a good sized business, but he's going to tell him what I'm going to do for him. So there could be 2 people right there. So the radon mitigation, what I might do is, I don't know if I'll start working on the content or what I'm going to do. And then maybe I would be able to share that so everyone else in here could do it or what I'm going to do. But it's a water and air radon mitigation. I don't know what the UK has, but New England is terrible. Ohio, there's like 10 states in the country here it's terrible and the thing about it is it's one of these niches that like you guys are talking about where it's one and done and they need the leads. They absolutely need them. And he told me that. And it's $4,000, $4,500 for a water mitigation system. And the air system is about between 15 and 1,800. So these would be a great niche. I don't know what you guys have planned, but I'm offering to probably do the content and I would have to see how you guys do it, or at least get it and then submit it to you guys could use it,
If you're stuck as well, one of our devs, if I reach out to them, we could probably get you a cost price for converting a theme. You get the content and put it in, and we could probably get a bespoke price for a site for yourself if you want to have it the easy way. I'd be willing to share it with you guys, and it's a great niche. I mean, there's 10 states here, and I'm sure I don't know about the UK if you guys have radon there, or how the geo structure is with the I'll have to have a look.
Yeah,
but also reach out to Robert, because Robert has the team of writers he works with. Right, okay. If you get maybe Robert, you might be willing to talk to Ed and say, okay, get the content together, right?
And I did all the keyword research is done. I mean, I did it. I have maybe 500 words. Yeah,
because Robert knows how to implement the content to the designs. We could take an existing design, change out all the images very quickly, which wouldn't take long. Right.
Excuse me for 1 second. Well, I took 60 pictures today. That was my first question. Do you have pictures of what they do? They're all original. Do you have what am I looking for? I'm looking for the bleeding neck problem in your keywords. The bleeding neck problem is radon is a natural form of uranium and plutonium that
people do not want in their houses. And Robert, it's required for real estate transactions if the levels are over 4 microcuries in the basement, or
I love it. I love it.
or 5. Well, I knew this because when I built houses, we had to do this. And whoops, what did I do?
We're still here.
Yeah, I know, I'm not. Oh,
Look for Zoom along the bottom.
sorry, my
Did
age
you leave
is
your
showing.
body? Are you having an outer body experience?
No, that'll be on Easter. No, I'm
No,
not
hey,
kidding.
Ed,
I
listen.
shouldn't joke about that. That's not funny.
No, it's not. But listen,
I love God.
you just gave me a really, really good idea.
Well, we're all here to help each other. That's what I'm saying. I'm willing
but listen,
to share this with everybody in the group.
Time out. Real estate. We're going to put real estate together with buying and selling, the inspections of the radon gas and the other thing. Right? So if you're going to buy a home, make sure that this is done. If you're going to sell a home, you got to make sure this is done, or you can't sell. Put it together. That's huge.
Well, that was good that you thought of that, because I had an extensive, he was here from 8 o'clock this morning until he just left, and it's almost 5:30 here now. But he brought up, he goes, I get real estate agents calling me all the time. So there you go.
It's perfect.
All the time.
And you're in the right place, because we've already slated real estate to be built, right? For agents. And we can easily flavor that to, if you're going to sell your house, you need to make sure this is done. If you're going to buy a house, you don't want to buy a house and then become Superman.
No. And the other thing too, I asked him already, because his son is sick, but he normally he works with him. And I said, do you knock out 2 of these a day? And he said, yeah. So this guy's pulling in, if they do 2 water systems a day, this guy's pulling in $9,000 a day to his company, which he's just small. He's like I was. It was myself and my partner. He does all the work. He goes, I don't want to have big overhead, but he does $9,000 a day on 2 of these.
Wow.
And I said, in the water systems, but even with that, I said, Mike, will you do me a favor? And every job you do, send me 4 or 5 new images. He goes, I don't have a problem with that at all. So we're going to have all images coming in from this guy. And And I said, make sure your location data is on your phone, for me anyway, but you guys, it won't matter. But I want the location data because he's where I'm at. Yeah. To put the EXIF data in it, like Steven did last week, and did them in the Google photos. All right, I'm done. I don't want to.
Awesome, Ed. Great job.
But I want to offer that to the group.
Yeah,
that, it'll be another niche, and then
please reach out to Robert on Messenger. Have a chat with him, and between you, him, and the writing team, we'll definitely take you up on that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ed.
You guys are very welcome. Yeah.
Hello, Colin. You're welcome
Mr.
to unmute.
Colin, you're
How are
going to
you?
be very quiet for a while. I
wasn't planning to speak. I probably pressed the button by mistake, but
how are you anyway?
I just shared in the chat there where radon in the UK, and it's mostly from where you are down to Cornwall and Wales. I know it's a problem in the Republic of Ireland. I hear about it quite a lot.
It's a problem. It's a problem with my missus as well when she lets one off, but that's another story.
But very generous of Ed to share that.
Yeah,
that's something he could have kept to himself.
No, and you know what I love about this group, Colin, is the fact that we got such a good group of people, and people dip in and out, and things get in the way in their lives. We all have things going on. But the end goal is for all of you guys, which is what we want you to do. And like, Ed's got clients coming in. I noticed that Sarah's mentioned in the chat that she's got a new client. Bob sold a site. And we just want you guys to do so well and have the success stories that we get back. Really energizes me and makes me want to do more for you guys and give you more as well. And that's the exciting thing about this group. I've been in a lot of groups throughout my years, and different projects I've tried. I put my hand up. I spent thousands of pounds on JV Zoo products. I looked the other day, I said to Robert, I went through them, right? And more than 60% of them are no longer working. No, 60% are no longer working. And I'm going, what on earth is going on? And the ones that are and there's probably about another 20% of them that are still online, but they don't work properly. All right. A good example, and I haven't been in recently, but last time I went into Content Gorilla, it was impossible. It wasn't working. I got given agency on Content Gorilla, which I wanted to share with some members to give you access to it. That's still not working right. So I gave up on it. I just thought I won't bother. And I'm now using Feed Hive, I think it's called, which Atsumo had a lifetime deal on. But I'm not so keen. I'm not so keen so much on lifetime deals anymore. I'd rather pay monthly for something, even if it's a low amount of money or discounted. Because I know by supporting it, it's going to be around for years. If I pay, let's say $500 for a product and it's not around in 6 months' time, I've wasted $500. But if I pay maybe $25 or $30 a month and it's then gone in 6 months, well, I just stop paying it. It doesn't matter. And I've lost as much money. And it's frustrating with these JV Zoo products. And with DFY themes from day one, I said to Robert, if things go wrong, we will find a way to fix them. And when we fix them, we'll let you guys have it. And and we're so grateful to the lifers who came in and the people who've come in since for all of your support with what we're doing here. And you guys are so gracious. There's been times when you can tell I've been pulling my hair out that things have gone wrong and we can't fix them fast enough. I want it fixed like boom, boom, boom. Des fixed it yesterday. And sometimes it takes a few weeks. But one thing we have done is once we've fixed it, you guys know that we'll update it. The new pest control theme is nearly complete and will be in the members area hopefully soon. We got the painters theme on its way, the new look version, and all of the current sites will have the new look completely. And the new themes are fantastic, what the devs have been doing with them now. And we want to then keep supplying a new theme every month for paying members and the lifetime members. And then on top of that, I want to keep, we do these live calls and we share stuff. This week's been a bit manic with school holidays, that I haven't had the chance to do any more on the wedding photography site, but I will be. Once next week's out the way and the kids are back at school, I'll be back onto that and I'll be doing more content and sharing how I'm ranking that. And we just want to be different. That's why I'm sharing that site with the Inner Circle group. I want you guys to see it rise up and be number one and see that it can be done. And testimonial in the group, we've got members who are making money already. That's exciting. And I love what Bob shared last week. And Bob really fired me up last week with send out 100 emails a day on a Google account. I haven't stopped thinking about that yet. Robert has pulled me back and said, actually, I know you want to go and do that, Steve, and you're excited about testing it and proving it works also for myself and show other people that. But actually, we got to focus on finishing the updates on the themes. We got to get that into the members area. We got to make sure it's right for everybody. And that's what I've been working on. That's why one more thing, Robert, and I'll let you speak. This SEO product, right, is probably a month and a half away because I want to look after you guys for the themes first. That's at the top of the list, and then everything else will be good. But I'm going to shut up now and let Robert talk.
Well, I was just going to say it's so easy to get. What was it? I think Sarah last week that we were talking to, and she said, I'm a squirrel. And it took me a second, but we all are. We all go like one way, another way. We're just looking to go find the next nut so that we can survive the winter. But in reality, what she was saying is we're so distracted by so many things that are happening all the time. We don't get anything done. So
I am not a squirrel, but I chase the squirrels.
Okay, I said it wrong.
But you need to be
the squirrel chaser.
But you need to be the person that plants the tree.
the fact that we go from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, and we don't always get done what we should have gotten done in the first place. And accountability partners, whether they're of any financial portion of what you do or not, they help you stay focused on getting one task finished. Because if you don't take the smallest steps every day towards one goal, you'll never achieve that goal. So if you keep putting off the goal to the next day, nothing gets accomplished. If you do 1% or 10% or 20% of whatever it takes to get to that goal, you will achieve the goal. Is it hard for everybody to do? Absolutely, it's hard. And so we implemented this week. I got a product called Tascade about a year and a half ago. And I kept saying, I used to call myself the king of Post-it notes, because I would Post-it note everything. And then I'd lose the Post-it notes.
And I whiteboard everything and forget about what I've written on it.
So I did go to whiteboards, but I also kept going with Post-it notes. And I said to Steve, I said, I'm going to make this damn thing work one way or another. And you know what made it work? It wasn't that I didn't have it. It wasn't that I didn't understand it. It was just me having the extra push by sharing it with Steven. I said, this is what I think are my priorities for the day. And I think if you want me to share this with you, and we both put our priorities into this, we help each other do what needs to get done. What happened was I implemented the tool, because now I'm accountable to make that tool work for Steven, not for myself. It's for him now, as well as myself. But that's why the tool's working. I finally put something digital together of what my goals and tasks are for every day. And it used to be a Post-it note that I would write the list down, right, every night. And then it would go to the next day. It would go to the next day until I lost the Post-it note. And then I lost where I was. So if you guys have a focus and you work towards that goal of where we're going, that's what starts to work for you. But you got to refine an achievable goal. I mean, we can say we all want to be millionaires, and we do. And I'm not saying that's not a good goal, because it really is. But the reality is you got to break that thing down to get it to the moment, the seconds, the minutes, the days, the hours of whatever it takes to make that happen. Because you can be a millionaire. You can't be making $500,000 a month. But how many sites are you going to have to rent at what price to achieve that? But you got to start with one. Sorry on the rant, but that's what happens.
Thank you, Colin, as always. Ron, in the Facebook group, there's the media tab. That's the Inner Circle Mentoring Group only. There's the media tab, and all of these meetings are in there. So you can go and play them back and watch them at your own leisure. If anything's ever missing, let me know. We had, from the 1st of April, Facebook, for some reason, didn't render it right and leave it in there. So I had to replay it. I think this week I replayed it. And I couldn't get the size right. So what's funny was it's slightly smaller than normal, but you could see what we were talking about. So, so guys, we have about 7 minutes left. There's not many in the room. If there's any help you guys need, raise your hand or wave at us or whatever. If there's anything you want to comment on, please do so.
I got a comment.
Yeah.
Why is Don calling me a buzzkill?
That might have been when I said, hang on 1 minute, Robert, when I was talking, and I'll let you carry on. So, but I'm so chuffed that you guys are behind this idea of a similar product to what Peter Drew's doing. And as soon as I've got news, like I said, ping me anyone who knows me, ping me a direct message in Facebook Messenger, and that way then I know you're interested. I'll add you to a list, and as soon as it's ready, I'll reach back out to you guys. I might even create a private chat and start adding people to that. And as soon as it's available, I can release the link and get everyone in on it. But it's
I got something else also.
Yeah.
I don't have it ready yet, But when we finalize it, I probably have 90% of it for a checklist of an A to Z build using the Done For You Magic teams and kind of a follow through on settings, little things that when you go through the website, they aren't in a chronological order for you to do. But if you follow the training, they'll get done. But I'm going to have a checklist that's a reminder list, if you will, of the things that need to be done. Because and what came up to me
I want it.
was the legal pages. I realized for myself that in all of the training that we do, we talk about legal pages once in a while, but we don't show you guys legal pages because we can't. But on the checklist, at least now there's a place where, oh, legal, yeah, I got to go do that. And Lynn's a master on legal pages, I know, but
I love all the spreadsheets. But how are you, Lynn?
Fine, thank you.
What can we do for you? You know, it's a smaller number this week because of the bank holiday. So,
I update my websites every Friday because I've got a reminder. One of them, I haven't changed the password, but it won't let me in. So
what you do, right?
You got a huff and you got a puff.
Let me explain how you get in. Right, if you forgot your password, guys, on our hosting, no other hosting, right? So it's the new DFY hosting. Go to your cPanel. Go and find the domain name in your cPanel. Go down to WordPress. Right. Click on the WordPress. If I might be able to show you. If you give me 2 seconds, Lynn. Let me just go. Let me log in. I'll go and find a cPanel of mine. I'll show you where. That's what I do. I'll show you where it is. Just go get logged in. Hopefully the internet won't throw up where I am today, and that'll do. That's right there. So I'm not doing much with that.
When you look very relaxed. Were you off all day today?
Me?
Lynn?
Yeah, I was sleeping a lot and lying on the sofa. I've had a rough week at work.
Oh, and no, but you look relaxed. Last time I talked to you, you were stressed.
Yeah, I was at work.
Can everyone see my screen here?
Yeah.
Move that over there. Right. So in the cPanel, and it may look slightly different when you're in. Down at the very bottom, you've got WordPress. Right. Go into WordPress. Come down, and you should have. Well, I got WordPress in this cPanel. Okay, let's do a quick install. A minute. Let me just stop sharing when I set that up, because otherwise someone might get the login and mess it up. If I'll find a different cPanel, I think that's what I do. Let me see what ones we got. I'm going to search for DFY ones. That's it. Should have done that in the first place.
Stephen,
yeah.
Next week you can be Winston Churchill and just come with the monocle.
Right. Let me just find WordPress. This will do, and share my screen.
And that's even better. Benny Hill.
He was fun.
Oh, it's good that they've heard of Benny Hill in America. Wouldn't be allowed to do that now. What's funny is it's Benny Hill. People used to say women running after Benny Hill was wrong. I feel like that sometimes when the missus runs after me with a rolling pin and I've upset her. Anyway, so you got your WordPress install, and you see this little W here. You click on that, and it brings you to this screen. And it may be in a different place depending how you've installed your WordPress. Some people do it differently. And at the top here, you've got a little login button, right? Click on that. And 99.9% of the time, it will log you into your cPanel, and then you can come into users and update it however you need to.
Okay, thank you.
All right. And if
What's
you get
strange,
stuck,
I didn't change the password. I don't change the password, so I don't know why it didn't let me in.
So go in that way.
Yeah.
Update your password. Click save. All right. And then make sure you can log back in again using that password. sometimes I make mistakes where you've, it could be also a browser caching thing to try a different browser as well.
Okay. Thank you.
So that's super duper. So guys, it's 22:11 here in the UK. As and when we get updates, we'll inform you. The next update for the wedding photographer site will be in 2 Wednesdays' time, because I'm taking a bit easy with the family and bits and pieces, and it gives me a chance to catch up on the important things within DFY, the themes, which we want to get all them up to date for you guys. So you've got a good solid platform there. And just moving forward, we've got lots of great ideas. I'm looking forward to Kurt's product coming out, where you'll be able to upload a domain name, but rich content on it, and then point it to your money site to make it look great. And that's going to be superpower along with the SEO thing. You'll be able to rank these sites out the box, hopefully.
And the other thing I'm going to say is, because I'm the buzzkill, we got pretty much the painter and new pest control versions almost in the members area.
Yep, there's a few things. I won't go into what technicalities we had, but I spent most of this morning fixing technicalities on the site, which was to do with other plugins, and I've managed to fix it there, and so now it's fixed. It's sort of doing some coding in the background to make sure it's 100% okay, and I've just got to replace some images, convert it to WP Vivid install, and then test it, and that I'm hoping will be live by Monday for you guys with that one. The other one's pretty much done, isn't it, Robert? I'm just
trying to relate to it's so easy to build, but so hard to get them to that point they're ready to build. The time it takes to get there. But if we stay, we've been working, I'm going to say, with the devs and back and forth, and the final things that we have to do. Then we run into a little glitch here and there of things that went wrong. But the reality is, to get them to the point where we can put them in the members area is weeks worth of work. And
we do it so you don't have to.
Today, have we stayed on schedule? And to my knowledge, we're ahead of schedule of what was promised to what we've delivered. Now, and some, I reckon. Nobody's ever complained. Nobody's ever said a word about how many builds per month are being done or not done or whatever. The only thing we've ever heard is what's the next niche. Yeah. But the reality is, if we just use them, they'll make money. It's just getting them out there. Paul says, can I explain the details of the software again? So there's 2 plugins coming out, one plugin and one sort of SaaS software. The first, what the plugin will do is you can take an expired domain or any domain, a new domain, upload it, but WordPress on it, or even no, it has to be WordPress, sorry, but WordPress on it, go to niches, which is an AppSumo product, or Article Forge, and generate content, keyword-based content for a page as much as possible. You have tons of it. All right, copy it, paste it straight onto that page. All right, do the SEO boxes on it and click save. Then put this plugin on. The cool thing is you don't need MPP to do this option as well. You put this plugin on, and then you say, I'm going to put a URL in of my money site. So I already have a plumber site built in DFY. What I'm going to do now is put this plumber site that I've already got up. I want it on this other site. So johnsplumbing.com I own. I want it to say abc.com at the top. And you switch this plugin on, and the domain name changes to the look of John's Plumbing. And no matter what you click on, the site works fully. But you've got the rich content pages in the background. Imagine then creating multiple rich text pages and pointing it to different pages of John's Plumbing. So that's the idea of that. And then the second thing that's coming out is the SEO course thing, which if anyone's seen Peter Drew's software,
that you can rank a site very quickly. Peachtree is charging about £1,000 for his software. I've got a guy who's into SEO who knows how it's being done, and he's going to finish putting together how it's done, because he's already doing it. He's going to simplify the way. I'm going to work with him. I'm doing a training course on it, and that training course he wants to sell for $500 and split the money. And what I've said to Inner Circle members is it'll be $250 for you guys who are interested. I had a lot of yeses, and so the idea, because I'm not taking a commission on it for Inner Circle members, so it means that all I'm going to do, you pay the $250, it goes off into the pot for him, for his part in it. Show me how to do this, and it's pretty much, you can set as many of these up as you want, multiple ones or just one. Set one up and run all your sites through it for linking. It's amazing what he's done. And I nearly bought Peter Drew's software until I got talking to him. And the bonuses with this, the products he uses with it are online and solid companies. So it means you buy one product and it does it all. It sort of does it all in the background for you. You have to set up your channels, or you can pay someone to do it. But it works really, really well, and it's really easy to set up, from what I understand. So I've got some meetings to do in a week's time with him. So hopefully that's explained that. We love you guys. We love everything you're doing. Well done to all of those. Yes, you can. Yes, we love testimonials as well. So 2 ways of doing it. One, you can do a written one and chuck it in a messenger to me or Robert. The other one, and if you do that, we'd be grateful for a picture. The other one is to record a video one. If you do a video one, we will work out the best way to get it into a Dropbox or something so we can use it on the website. And
easy ones are the Zoom calls, and then we just edit it for you.
Yeah. That's another thing. You reach out to Robert, booking a Zoom call, and do a testimonial on Zoom, and we can edit that. That's a great idea, Robert.
Always, we appreciate when you guys post your wins, or little comments in the free group, because it does add up. People are always, I mean, let's face it, like Stephen said, and I don't want to go off on a rant here because I will. All the products that sit there that you bought from JV Zoo and this place and that place, and you go to log back in and there's no URL, there's no members there, it's gone. They're just gone. And it's like, that's the whole point of what I want to beat as being a DFYer. I want to stop all that. And I want people to really get in, have a solid system. And I'm telling you, there's so many things that we have in place that we're working on that'll come out for you guys in the future, with not only these builds, but everything around them, for you to have a solid business. But you got to take action. You got to build. And I won't go off on that rant again.
And if you're ever to
make it simple.
And if you're ever in any other Facebook groups or online groups, and someone puts in, I'm trying to do rank and rent, or I'm trying to do lead generation, right? Just put a comment in and go, I'm building sites super fast, and I'm doing really, and say how you're doing, because they will reach out to you, ask you how you do it. Now, if they reach out to you, all right, and you go, I'm using DFY Magic Themes, as long as we know who they are, we'll always look after you. As we're trying to quickly, as soon as we can, get the affiliate program set up as well for you guys. So all Inner Circle members can offer this and make money as well. So, but we're nearly there. It's lots to do and not enough hours in the day, and kids are on holiday and stuff. So it's all fun. But we love you guys. Thank you as always.
Wrap it up. We're going to wish you everybody a happy Easter. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your holiday. And also, we will totally see you next week as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And keep going. We haven't had a lot of support tickets, which means either you're building
it's not broke
and having no problems, or it's just simple. It's simple to do it.
But thank you as always, and we'll be back to normal next week. I'll be back in my own office, and thank you again, all of you guys. You are awesome, and we will see you very soon.
Ryan,
everyone.
Bye.